Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Today's class is a special one for Father's Day. I wanted to do a chair yoga class special for my own dad this Father's Day. So today's class will feature standing and seated postures, but they can all be done seated if you prefer. Grab a chair, preferably one without sides, and also one that does not have wheels. Maybe place a yoga mat underneath your chair, especially if you're on a hardwood floor. You want to make sure that you have a nice, stable, and secure ground underneath your feet. You might want a couple blocks, either for underneath your hands or for underneath your feet if your feet don't quite reach the ground all the way while you're seated. So we'll get started today, finding a comfortable seat. Start by feeling your feet solid on the floor. Maybe your hands rest on your legs and sit up nice and tall. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. And just start to notice your breath. Feel the air on your nose as you inhale in. And feel the air on your nose as you exhale out. Inhale, fill your belly up with air. Let your belly be nice and soft here. And exhale, maybe out through the mouth. And on your next breath, take the deepest breath you've taken all day. And exhale out. And blink your eyes open. Coming more to the edge of your seat, so your feet are flat on the ground and you're sitting up nice and tall. We'll start with some seated cat-cows. So on an inhale, open up through your chest. As you exhale, round through your spine. And move with your own breath. Inhale through cow. And exhale through cat. And take one more round. And then meet back in center. We'll take some seated twists. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Let your left hand come to your leg and your right hand come to either the base of your chair or maybe the top if it's not too tall. Inhale in and exhale. Maybe twist a little deeper from your core. And look whichever way is most comfortable on the neck. Inhale in and exhale back to center. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to the left. Left hand comes to the base of your chair for support and your right hand comes to your leg. Inhale in and exhale, settle into your twist. Next, inhale and exhale, come back to center. We'll take some gentle side body stretches. Inhale, both arms reach up, and exhale, right hand comes to the base of your chair, and left arm reaches up overhead. You can also take your right hand to your left leg if that feels more supported. Inhale in and exhale back up to center. Next breath in, arms reach up overhead and exhale. This time left hand to the base of your chair or crosses the body to the right leg and right arm reaches up and over. And reach back up and release. Take a deep breath in, notice how you're feeling, and exhale. We'll take some seated sun salutations, but we'll start by walking through them slowly at first. Start with an inhale in, reaching your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, lower your arms back down and fold forward over your legs. You might have to play around with how close or far your legs are here. This is a great place for blocks. You can place them underneath your hands. And hold for a couple more breaths, remembering you can come out of this pose at any time. On your next inhale, lift up halfway, coming onto your fingertips or placing your hands on your legs. And as you exhale, lower back down. Slowly roll up to a seat, press into the ground with your left foot, and draw your right knee up to your chest. You can also keep this low to the ground too. And circle your ankle one way, and then the other. And then point and flex your foot. And this is like our low lunges when we're down on the ground. So this is a seated lunge, one version. We'll do another one later, but if you don't like that one, you can come back to this one here instead. Inhale in and exhale, release, and we'll come to seated downward dog. Bring your arms in front of your body, flexing through your wrists. And bring your torso forward and find a neutral gaze just slightly in front of your feet. And then from here, inhale, lift back up and draw your opposite knee in. Pressing into the ground with your right foot, draw your left knee in and circle your ankle one way and then the other. And point and flex your foot. And then release your foot back down and come back to your seated down dog. Take a breath and exhale out through the mouth. Next, inhale. Sit back upright, draw your arms in front of you, keeping your wrists flexed, and draw your hands behind you. Coming to the base of your chair at the back, open up through your chest. Nice and gentle opening here. And then slowly release back to your downward dog. From here, release back down to your forward fold. And then on an inhale, half lift and lower. And then slowly roll all the way up to a seat. Once you arrive, take a deep breath in and out. Notice how you're feeling right now. And we'll take that one more time a little bit faster. So we'll match movement to breath, but feel free to take it slower if you like. So starting in our seated mountain pose, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift, and exhale, lower. Roll up nice and slow, and draw your right knee up, pressing into the ground with your left foot. Hold here for a breath. And then lower and release to your downward dog. Hold for a breath. And then draw your left knee up, pressing into the ground with your right foot. And release back to your downward dog. On your next inhale, lift up, pressing through your hands. Draw your hands behind you to the base of your chair and open up through your chest. And then release back to your down dog. From here, release down to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and lower. And inhale, roll up to a seat. Reaching your arms up overhead. Draw your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. And release. And we'll take that one more time. Again, feel free to move slower or continue matching your movement to breath. Starting with an inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift. And release. Inhale, roll up, nice and slow. This time, draw your left knee up and in and hold for a breath. And release to your seated down dog. Next, breath in. Draw your right knee up. And then release down to your down dog. Inhale in. Draw your arms in front of you and to the back, opening up through your chest. And then release to your down dog. From here, release all the way down to your forward fold. And this time we'll hang out here for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, lift up halfway and lower. And inhale, roll up to your seat. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and blink your eyes open as you exhale. We'll take some supported low lunges now. So you can come back to where you draw your knee up to your chest this way, or you can try something different. So coming to the edge of your seat, walk your feet over to the right side. Press into the ground with your right foot and step your left foot behind you. So you might have to scoot even closer to the edge of your chair, but you should still feel some support while you're sitting here. You can also grab the base of the chair or the top with your right hand. You can adjust the intensity by keeping your left foot closer to your body or stepping it further back. And you can reach your left arm up overhead, or maybe keep it on your right leg for some extra support. Hold for one more breath. And then step your left foot back to meet the right. Walk both legs over to the left side this time. Pressing into the ground with your left foot, grabbing onto your chair with your left hand. Step your right foot back. And if this is painful or uncomfortable, feel free to skip it or come back to the knee to chest lunge instead. Hold for one more breath. And then step your right foot up to meet your left. And we'll take one more time each side now that we've walked through it once. So walk both feet back over to the right side. Grabbing the base or the top of your chair with your right hand, press into the ground with your right foot and step your left foot back. You can keep your left foot closer to the right or step it further back. And this time, if you'd like, you can try reaching your left arm up overhead. Stay here or maybe take a gentle side body stretch over to the right. Back up to center and release. Step your left foot up to meet your right. And one more time on the left side, walking your feet over to the left. Grab your chair with your left hand, press into the ground with your left foot, and step your right foot back. Your right hand can come to your left leg or down low to the ground. Or maybe you can stack some blocks here for some extra support too. or reach your right arm up overhead. Notice how this makes the stretch a little different. Stay here, or take a gentle side body stretch to the left. And reach back up and release. Step your right foot up to meet the left. Come back to center. Close your eyes. Once more, taking a notice of how you feel and coming back to your breath. From here, we'll come into our standing poses, but feel free to stay seated. You can take the twist seated like we did at the beginning. So when you're ready, make your way up to standing. And feel free to use the back of your chair for support here, or come to a wall. And we'll take some standing twists to start. So take your feet hip width apart, feeling the support of the ground underneath your feet. Inhale, your arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to the right. Right arm reaches behind you, left arm reaches in front. And then reach your arms back up to center and twist to the left. Left arm behind you, right arm in front of you. And we'll do a couple more rounds, this time moving with your own breath. So inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, twist to one side. Inhale your arms up through center and twist the other way. One more time each way. And then meet back in center and press the air away. From here, we'll come into tree pose. So again, using the back of your chair for balance or coming to the wall. And you can play around with what helps you to feel the most supported and stable. That might be facing the back of your chair and holding on with both arms. That might be turning to the side and either balancing on your inside leg, or maybe it's your outside leg. Some different options to play around with. Find a stance that's hip width apart. Start by shifting your weight over to the left leg. And just start by lifting up your right heel. And maybe this is enough for you and you test your balance here. Or maybe you try lifting up your toes a little. You can also come into tree pose with your toes on the ground and your right heel at your left ankle. You can bring your right foot up to your left leg, just coming onto your calf. And try and tree pose here as well. Take a couple more breaths on this side, and then when you're ready, release back down to your hip width apart stance. And shift your weight over to the right. And start by lifting your left heel. And maybe your left toes. Or maybe you bring your left knee up a little bit. Maybe you take your left toes to the ground and left heel to your right ankle for tree pose. Or you can try bringing your left foot up to your right calf as well. Take a couple more breaths on this side and come back to center when you're ready. And when you do, shake it out a little. And then make your way back to your seat. And from here, we'll take a wide leg forward fold now. Coming back to the edge of your seat, take your legs wider than we did for our seated forward fold. Again, maybe you have blocks in front of you. Inhale in, and exhale, fold forward over. Release through your head and your neck. So try shaking your head gently, yes, and then no, and seeing if that helps find some release in the neck. You can stay here in the stretch, or if you'd like to find some movement, on an inhale, lift up onto your fingertips, or maybe your hands come to your shins, and then exhale, fold. Moving with your own breath, inhale and exhale. When you're ready, slowly roll up back to your seat. And from here, we'll take Shavasana. If you have a comfy chair or a comfy couch nearby, feel free to lie down there and get comfy. You can also stay here in your chair and leaning back. Maybe you take your legs out long. Your hands can rest on your legs and dip your chin down towards your chest if that's comfortable. Just find a comfortable seated position where you feel relaxed and supported. And then once you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. And so we'll be here for a few minutes. And I'll cue you again when it's time for us to move again. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to finish up your practice, start with a nice breath in and out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your hands and your feet. Blinking your eyes open and making your way back upright. moving nice and slow here. Once you do, you can close your eyes again. Let your hands rest on your legs. And just take a few moments to notice how you're feeling right now and to notice any changes that you feel from our practice today, either physically or mentally. And come back to your breath. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath into your heart space and out. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today for this chair yoga class. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and to my own dad, happy Father's Day. I hope you enjoyed this. We love you so much. Have a great rest of your day.